EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
They juked him, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. On the option, here's Spears.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. There's some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. A sizable 6. Chunk there. The drive continues. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
That's out quickly to Bateman.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
2nd and 4. Got him It's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Titans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. You talk about this Titan defense.
They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. Mayfield off the play fake. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's got room. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. The Falcons had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
And this is going to be intercepted.
It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. That one's taken in by Spears. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Robinson up the middle.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd and 20.
Mayfield now. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's what defense is talking about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's Mayfield.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2nd down and 6 now.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Robinson. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Final play of the half, Mayfield.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They go play action. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. This pass is caught by London. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Baker changing the play at the line. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure that was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on fourth and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
They'll start on the ground with Spears.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this is going to be a Titans first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And here's a give to Spears.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw.
Got his man, Okonkwo.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Titans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield.
That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Play fake, Mayfield. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point right down the middle, and it is 28-0.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. The left side caught by Diggs. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. From the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Throwing, Mayfield. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Mayfield to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hand off now to Robinson. 96 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Mayfield on play action. They'll roll him out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense. Another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Their defense was able to force the punt a moment ago, but that's really the first of about 8 steps that need to go right for them to get back in this as they start here 1st and 10.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. It's Roger McCreary with a pick.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing sub-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive.
That one out wide and intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. How
about this starting field position? First and goal from 2 yards out. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
Hand off to Spears.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Titans first down, and that should just about do it.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. The Titans go victory formation down to a knee.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now.
So it's a win here for the Titans, and it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So for the Titans, it's a dream start.